Trying to build on an 8-win season, including a big win over Notre Dame. That's the mission for the UConn Huskies. Randy Edsall joins us on College Football Live coming up. That trophy case at UConn is growing. Welcome to College Football Live. Chris Fowler, Brian Griese, and UConn head coach Randy Edsall. Our countdown to the opening games of the 2010 season at 35 days to the opening Thursday. UConn starts camp a week from Monday, and then 2 days after that opening Thursday. Randy, you guys are in the big house against Mr. Griese's alma mater, Michigan. Who made that schedule? Is that your idea?
I was going to say, this is a setup here now.
Well, he will pick your brain, and it's all above board. But, I mean, talk about that, the excitement of playing in what could be the biggest crowd in college history in terms of on campus, because they've expanded the big house to make it even bigger.
Well, they have. They've expanded it, and it's going to be the first game since the expansion. So, I mean, we're going into a hornet's nest. I know that. Those fans out there are going to be loud, and they're going to be crazy, and 110,000. But, you know, it's just a tremendous opportunity to start the season. And it's kept our focus since January, knowing that we're going to open up against Michigan and what we have to go against. So, you know, we're really looking forward to it. But hopefully we can keep the crowd noise down and get up on them and keep them quiet.
Well, no, I know you're going against an old foe and Rich Rodriguez from the Big East days, so let me be the first one to say, take it easy. Don't take revenge on old coach. But I'm interested, I think people would be interested to know how similar does the Rich Rodriguez Michigan team look to the ones that you faced at West Virginia?
Well, I tell you, offensively, they look the same. You know, Rich is doing the same things offensively. They got two very good quarterbacks, in my opinion, and guys that can do some different things but are very dangerous. And then, you know, you hear the rumors that Rich is going back to what he knows defensively in the 3-3-5. So, you know, last year they were 4-3, but we hear that they're going to go back to the 3-3-5. But, you know, Rich's teams are guys that are going to get after you. You know, that spread offense, he knows it inside and out. They're going to play hard. They're well coached. So, you know, it's a tremendous opportunity for us and tremendous challenge.
They're still waiting to have that productivity at Michigan that they had at West Virginia with Pat White and Steve Slayton, of course. And obviously you're going to face a team that will feel, as a group and as a staff, certainly urgency from the get-go to win big at Michigan. You said we hear there are rumors. I mean, how much of a preparation for the opening game is just guesswork and trying to work the intelligence and the unexpected?
Well, you know, there's opening games, that's the mystery, because there's things that people are going to change, the wrinkles that they put in that you don't know about. So the good thing is you have 29 practice opportunities before the first game, so you have an opportunity to work on some things that maybe you think could happen, so you can get your team prepared. The good thing for us is, you know, we've played against the 3-3-5 at West Virginia because they're still playing it, and the 4-3 you see quite a bit. So, you know, it helps us because we've already played against teams like that, and we know what we'd like to do against those type of defenses.
You guys have really made your mark with defense and running the football, and it looks like you have another squad that can do that successfully. Do you want to try to get the ball in the air a little bit more, get some more balance? Is Zach Frazier coming back? Where does he stand?
Well, Zach has done a tremendous job, and we do. We want to create more balance, Brian. I mean, to me, I think my philosophy is you got to be able to run the ball, throw the play action, play good, sound defense, and play special teams. If you do that, you got a chance to win a lot of football games. But I feel very confident in Zach. I feel very confident in our receivers and in our passing game because we've scored, last year we scored 405 points, the third most in history of the game. And last year, changed coordinators. We had Joe Moorhead come in, and he's done a very good job with the multiple no-huddle offense. And our kids have really gotten more used to what's going on, more comfortable. And you could just see them grow last year and then even in the spring. And we expect that growth and development to continue as we go forward this year.
Yeah, no Marcus Easley at receiver. He's with the Bills, I believe. And then with the new receiving core, Frazier throws for 307 yards and 4 touchdowns in the spring game. We were joking, what does the spring game really mean? You work on things you don't do well, but it excites the fans, I'm sure, in Husky land to see you guys pitching the ball around and having him have a 300-yard game. Is that something that means that you're going to throw up more in the season?
Well, you know, we're going to do what we need to do to win. And if people want to take certain things away and the passing game is there, we're going to do that. We just have very good confidence. We have our 4 out of 5 starters back on the offensive line, and they're a year older, and we feel like they can pass protect. So, again, we're going to try to do those things that our players can do best. And the one thing that I do like, I think we have the ability to be more balanced offensively than we ever have in probably the last, since Dan Orlowski was our quarterback.
You know, people think that Randy Edsall is a good emerging coach, or this young guy came to light last year with the 8 wins and your brilliant handling of the Jasper Howard tragedy for the team. Only a handful of guys have been at their school longer than you have. This is your 12th year at UConn, yet now you've suddenly gotten this attention, and you're on everybody's lips when schools go looking for a coach. So it's got to be flattering, but it's like telling your wife, you should be happy for me because all these women flirt with me and it makes you look good. They don't buy that. And UConn fans don't buy that either. It makes them a little uncomfortable there.
You know, that's probably the toughest part because, again, I think what everybody has to understand, it doesn't matter if you're a football coach or if you're a businessman or whatever you do. If you do a good job, people might want to covet you for a different position. And I can't control that. The only thing that I can control is trying to get our kids better as students, as players, and athletes, and that's really what I try to do. And I tell my players not to be distracted, so I'm not going to be distracted, and I'm not worried about any of those things, and it's something that I can't control anyhow.
Well, you certainly weren't distracted last year, and the way that you handled the Jasper Howard tragedy, I have a lot of respect for what you did. And to you, it's about much more than just being a football coach. It's about leading men, and I'm interested in how this offseason, the perspective that your team gained and the lessons that you learned, how does that carry over to this season?
Well, I'll tell you, it's one of the things that I think you never want to have to go through that situation that we went through. But because of the groundwork and because of the philosophy of our program in terms of getting our kids to understand that team is most important and that when you're part of a team, you're there to support each other through good times, through bad times, allowed us to be able to deal with that situation the best way we could. You never get over it, but we dealt with it, and because I think we try to get kids to understand about that leadership and about, you know, football is such a special game and creates such a special bond that we have to be there all the time to support each other. That's something that I'm so proud of our players because they listen to those lessons, and now they've matured so much in such a short period of time last year, and now going forward, I see a much more mature team, a team that's much more focused on trying to do everything the right way and giving their best effort each and every day and cherishing the moments that you have each and every day. And I think that's something that has made me feel really, really good about this football team.
You know, success equals respect, and it also equals fear among rivals, even those not in your conference. And, you know, negative recruiting is going to happen. There was a very interesting situation. You're smiling because you know where I'm going with this. An unnamed BC assistant coach sent an email to the first verbal commitment of your 2011 recruiting class saying, quote, you don't want to go to UConn. You're going to have, a, quote, a different head coach and a different staff in January. So you have to be flattered. They're worried about you. But on the other hand, that kind of stuff can have an impact on kids. Now, he called it, quote, asinine, and it didn't change his mind, but it's out there.
It's out there. And you know what? We hear it, but that's the first time I've seen it in writing. And, you know, the way I look at it is some schools have had 3 coaches in the amount of time that I've been at UConn, you know. And it's great to see that people are worried about us. You know, our program has come that far where people have to go out and negative recruit against us. I think it says something about the stature of our program and the type of young men that we're recruiting.
You told this guy you certainly intend to be there, you plan to be there, but you can't give guarantees in life, can you? I mean...
No, I mean, hopefully I wake up tomorrow and I'm still here. You know, you're right, you can't give guarantees, but all my intentions are that I want to be here. You know, I've been fortunate because I had an opportunity to coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars and start that franchise from the ground floor. And then coming here to UConn and doing the same thing. And when your name is on something at the top, and you can take it from the very beginning and nurture it and grow it and develop it, there's so much reward there that you can't get that where maybe you go somewhere else and everything has already been accomplished. And so, you know, that's why this job is so unique and so rewarding, you know, to me and my family.
3 bowl wins, but UConn has never finished a year ranked. That would have to be a goal. We'll talk to Randy more about the 2010 season, what the goals are, and also look back at a thrilling and emotional 2009 season, which included perhaps the biggest win in UConn history, an emotional victory at Notre Dame, as we continue on College Football Live. And what if the 3 teams hadn't left the Big East for the ACC? We'll kick that around.